friends, in today's video I'm going to be working in my greenhouse. I've got my grubby clothes on and I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get all of the weeds and old debris out, and I'm going to add some amenities. Now my greenhouse is small. I think it's 8 by 10, I think. So it's going to be a little bit cramped in there to try to video, but I will do the best I can. So come along with me as I get this greenhouse hopefully ready, and I can start sowing some cool weather seeds very soon. As you can see, it's hot in here. It's like 91 degrees, so I'm going to be hot. But this is what we have going on. It looks like a hay field in here. This is just, the weeds kind of took over in here, and once all of my, once it got too hot for my vegetables, then I just kind of let it go. So I'm hoping, I'm going to use this little claw thingy, and I'm hoping I can get these weeds out of here without too much trouble. I've still got my soaker hose, which I'm going to pull that out because I'm going to be putting some of this organic soil, and then I also have some fertilizer that I'm going to put on the top of this once I get all the weeds out, and then I will put the soaker hose back on. So let me see if I can figure out a way to hook up. What are you doing, Sally? That's another issue. We're going to have to keep this dog out of here. Set up my camera so that you guys can see what is going on. Sally, what are you doing? Hey, hey. She's not going to look at me. She's too busy sniffing. Well, once I plant some seeds in here, she's going to have to not be in here. So that wasn't super hard to get the weeds pulled, but man, is it dry. I can't even believe how dry it is. So dusty. So I already started putting this is just a partial bag of potting soil that I threw on there. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of that covered with that other organic potting mix and then the fertilizer. And I'm going to mix it all in with that thing, that tool, and then get the hose hooked up and let this soak for a few days because I want it to be wet, thoroughly wet, before I try planting any seeds. gosh, between that organic potting soil and the organic fertilizer, it stinks in here. Smells like a barn. So gross. All right, I'm going to quickly get this all worked into the soil and get those hoses up so I can get out of this stinky place. I did not film me putting this hose in here because it's very much like wrangling a huge snake. But I do have it going, and it's starting to go kind of slowly through the hose. I hope there's not a blockage or something. I'll have to come back out and check it later. See, make sure that it's working properly. So yeah, there's that job done, and boy, it still stinks like a barn in here. Gross. All right, friends, I got that job done. Thank goodness. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was very hot in there, very hot. So I think it's going to have to be at least a couple more weeks before I actually plant any seeds in there, because it's still too hot for those poor little seeds. So like I said, I'm going to leave that soaker hose going for a couple of days, maybe even 3 days, 3 to 4 days, and keep that soil moist. It's going to take a lot to get it moist because it was dry. Thanks a lot for joining me today, friends, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.